minutes means 3 minutes. We're live. We even have a quorum?
You guys ready? Good evening. I'd like to call the Ferrysburg City Council special meeting to order Monday, June 26th, 7 p.m., Ferrysburg City Hall. Roll call, please.
Mayor, please.
Here.
Councilmember O'Donnell. Councilmember Carlson.
Here.
Councilmember Montgomery.
Here.
Councilmember Sias.
Here.
Councilmember Murdoch. Councilmember Kate.
Here.
Your Honor, at this time I'd like to excuse Councilmember Murdoch and Councilmember O'Donnell for
Support.
tonight's meeting.
Motion support, further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. 3, invocation by Councilmember Kate. Please rise, then pledge allegiance.
Gracious God, we thank you so much for the blessings of this day now past, and we ask for your blessings on the evening ahead. We thank you for bringing us all here safely, especially me, and we ask that you would lead us and guide us in our discussion. In your name we ask it. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Number 5, public comments. This time on the agenda for any citizen direct brief comments or questions of the city council. Time for public comments will be given when agenda item is discussed. If you have a comment or question, please raise your hand, be recognized by the mayor. After being recognized by the mayor, please give your name and address for the record. Proceed with your comment or question. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. No public comment. Moving on. 6, new business.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'd like to add an agenda item to the agenda tonight.
Okay.
Some copies on your desk for tonight.
Oh, the engagement agreement. Okay. So we're gonna put that on 6C. Is that okay?
Yes. So it
6C.
would read discussion to take action if appropriate to approve an engagement agreement between the city of Ferrysburg, Gracious Grounds, and Stillwater Capital.
Okay. Does somebody want to make a motion to approve the adjusted
So moved.
agenda?
So moved.
Support.
Motion support. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. 6A, discussion, take action if appropriate to adopt ordinance number 330, an ordinance to amend the city code by amending chapter 154 zoning to amend Article 3 general provisions to include a new section 3.370 outdoor service and dining. Craig?
So the Planning Commission, we received an application to allow outdoor dining within the city from the owner of Pine Street Cafe. The Planning Commission reviewed that application and reviewed a draft ordinance on allowing outdoor dining. The Planning Commission held a public hearing on that. There was no comments and made a recommendation to the City Council to adopt this ordinance. It was introduced on the first reading on June 19th, so now it's ready for adoption if City Council is so inclined to do so.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I move that we adopt ordinance 330 by amending chapter 154 zoning to amend Article 3 general provisions to include a new section 3.370 outdoor service and dining.
Or
Motion support. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. B, discussion, take action if appropriate to adopt ordinance 331, an ordinance to amend the city code by amending chapter 91, adding section 91.07, an ordinance to regulate begging and soliciting in the city. Okay, Craig, there was another addition from the city attorney. Let's see.
At the last meeting, it was introduced on first reading, and the question was, could we change it to, under definitions for solicitor, to change it to add for themselves or behalf of a charitable or civic organization. City attorney reviewed that suggestion and then recommended it be changed to be adopted as printed.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move to adopt ordinance number 331, chapter 90, by amending chapter 91, adding section 9107 as written.
Okay. Any support? Okay, motion support, further discussion.
One question I have, even though I'm very much in favor of it, is this strictly up to law enforcement to, if they see it, do they do something about it, or is it going to be based on citizen complaints?
Both.
Both,
So,
okay, because I know there are some things that the sheriff's department really won't act on without a complaint.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. 6C, discussion, take action if appropriate to approve an engagement agreement between the city of Ferrysburg and Gracious Grounds, Inc. and Stillwater Capital LLC. Craig?
So when the city sold Gracious Grounds, the parcel to the east of 8 acres, there was a clause in there that if they received an offer, the city would have first right of refusal. So Gracious Grounds has received an offer for that property, and so the first right of refusal clause is in effect. City attorney and the developer and myself had a meeting, talked about maybe the city acquiring 1 acre of that property. The developer's willing to look into that and maybe work with us a little bit. So this engagement agreement extends the first right of refusal to give us time to negotiate a deal.
Okay. Any thoughts on cost-wise for that 1 acre?
That has not been discussed yet.
Okay,
This
not
is
yet.
just keeping us engaged to negotiate something.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
One question. Greg, will this allow us then to go for the grant money that we're not eligible for now? Is that what the idea behind this is?
That's correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought so, but I'm a little punchy right now, so.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Motion support. Further discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, number 7, public comments. Hearing none, moving on. Number 8, report, city manager.
2 items, please. In your packet last week, there was a memo regarding our discussion regarding the bridge and specifically the lights on the bridge. The question is, do we want the same kind of lights that on the new bridge that are on there now, or do we want to extend the street pole decorum down on the bridge? The poles that are on there now, if they're now salvageable, about $800 a piece. So there's 4 poles on the bridge. And if we did the decorative lights, those are probably about $4,000 or $5,000 a pole.
Whoa.
And then the other option would be, you know, to get really extravagant, would be to put some lights on the bridge that you could change colors and stuff like that, that you do see in some communities. And we got one of our electricians that does that kind of work, said it'd be about $100,000 to do that. So I'm looking for what direction city council wants to go on the lighting on the bridge.
So a new pole would be how much? 5,000 each?
The decorative poles are about $4,000 to $5,000.
4 to 5 each, and we got 4.
We might put those a little closer because they're a little, not as tall. I'm not sure they spread the light out like the Cobra headlights that are out there now.
Does that mean we need more of them?
I would think 5. The bridge is 442 feet. You put them every 400 feet or every 90 feet, you'd probably want 5 of them.
Sounds a little pricey to me. What do you guys think?
Yes, the existing lights will come down. If they're not salvageable, we have to buy new poles. And then the board light would buy the light fixture and put them install those. And then they would just meter or charge the city on that. If we have the decorative streetlight poles, we would put those in and then they would be metered just like the regular streetlights along Pine Street and West Spring Lake Road. So right now, those decorative lights are all along Pine Street. They go up West Spring Lake Road to the bridge. Nothing on the bridge. They go across the bridge and there's 7 or 8 decorative poles and then it stops. It's not going to happen, you know, for, yeah, correct.
It'd be nice to have them, but boy, that's a lot of money. I wonder if, and we have time too, if somebody would be willing to like sponsor a pole, put their name on it on the bottom with a plaque.
I think I mean, that's what we talked about before, is come up with creative ideas to get stuff paid for. Doesn't hurt to ask, you know?
You never know.
There is kind of a
Do you
time
need-
crunch, you know, the guy designed the electrical on it right now, so,
Does the MDOT, they need to know what direction we're going
yeah, they have to have.
How soon do they need to know?
now?
Tomorrow?
Yesterday.
They're in the design phase now,
Yes.
right? Okay.
So the design phase, they're gonna design it up to 30%. And
Okay.
once it gets to 30%, then it'll go out for bid, and then it goes into design construction phase.
So it's a huge change going from the lights we have today to the decorative dancing lights.
Yeah, the base basically is gonna be different.
But it shouldn't be a huge difference going from the lights we have now to decorative lights, is it?
I wouldn't think so, just the base installation. Conduits all gotta go through there and everything.
Something we can budget for over the next 3 years, I think it'd look nice.
Banner arms, we put banners on it as a thought, or have irrigation, so we have plants on them, probably not on the bridge, huh?
About fishing platform. Yeah. I personally think we're probably good with irrigation. I don't know what banners we would put on there.
That's a lot of money for light posts.
I know.
Boy, oh boy.
At the same price we paid for all the rest of the lights, Craig?
Probably cheaper.
Like, is this
older
more
ones.
expensive than, you know, the lights along Pine Street?
So ones we bought, I think was for City Hall, and we had a couple that were damaged. I think they're around $4 or $5 grand.
Okay, so we're not paying anything extra for these ones, we're just continuing.
Correct. You notice that there's two down in the city, one on the other side of the bridge and one on 174th that got damaged, and they got damaged earlier this year and we still haven't got them in yet.
We have a few years, I mean, I think we should budget.
We
So
s-
that they match the rest.
Yeah, so if we say to the engineer designer said, yeah, we're planning on doing it, and then if we come up short, can we use different lights, or they're in the plan, so we're stuck? They're in the design engineering.
I can't imagine it being that much to change it to go back to the pole lights that are out there.
Right,
Only 30%, right?
Right.
yeah,
So the only thing would be different is the placement of them.
Right,
right, okay.
So I personally think we go with it for now and reassess when it gets closer.
Okay with that. What do you think, Bill? Yeah, Rich?
Yep.
Gary? Okay. What was your other thing, Craig?
So, that West Michigan Towable, we approved, State Council approved a site plan for that, for an addition at their place. And there's been some discussion with having a tax abatement placed on that property. So there's a commercial rehabilitation act that might be possible for him to get a tax abatement. He wouldn't qualify for industrial facilities exemption because his business isn't classified as industrial, is classified as commercial. So to do that, you would have to set up a district, have a public hearing, set up a district, and then there'll be another public hearing to award the tax abatement. And the tax abatement would be for 10 years. He would still pay the SE state tax, education tax, plus the school operating tax, but the city would not collect any new revenue on that addition for 10 years. We would still get the revenue that is on the existing building, but on the addition, it would be frozen for 10 years. So this is just looking for feedback from council if they're open to that idea of creating that district for this person.
What business is that again?
West Michigan Towable?
Oh, the one in the corner that used to be the D-Stole
Correct.
business? Okay.
Yes.
Over by Ben for planks in the corner lot. I mean, yeah. How big a addition is he building over there? Do you know?
Square feet, I think.
5,000 square feet? Ooh, nice. I'm okay with that. What do you guys think? Bill?
I like it.
Bill, you okay? Rich? Gary? Okay, yeah,
Thank you, that's all I have.
okay. City council members, Jerry?
Great turnout for the food truck, party we had last week at the William Ferry Park. I want to thank the rec commission for putting that on and all that were involved with that. And that's all.
Okay. Rich?
The event on last Thursday or Wednesday was fantastic down at William Ferry Park. I couldn't agree with you more, Jerry. It was good turnout. I'm excited for July. And the report.
Okay, Will?
Yeah, just echoing what both of them said. The food truck was great. I already see emails going back and forth about just some after action items on things we can improve next time. So, yeah, and they're all little things, right? More picnic tables, can return. Overall, just fantastic reception from the public. So, just kudos to the Recreation Commission. We also had a NORA meeting last week that Craig and I attended. We have started the summer programming for summer camp, and it's going great. They've broken it up this year into 2 sessions and are charging a little bit more for it, but overall great reception from the public. Good reception on all of our other program, including archery and different things like that, just filling up everything we can. Taylor, as some of you may know, was promoted to the athletic director over the past month, so he stepped down from the NORA board, so we're waiting to see who our future representative will be from the school. But I was elected as the chairman going forward in his absence. End of report.
All right, good. Bill?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that food truck thing. That sounds like fun. Other than that, no report.
Okay. The only thing I had is the MPO meeting policy committee was last Wednesday. MDOT did speak about the September 131, not 130, 31s north and south close for that drainage thing by Van Wagner for a couple weeks. So hopefully everything goes smooth with that. End of report. Motion adjourned.
Sorry, I was like face away from you when I talk. I said I was like face away from you when I talk.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Looking at all meetings like
Yeah.
that. That'd be awesome.
Disadvantage to
That's a
the
big
table.
document.
We shall sit about.